New data from the Salvation Army this morning finds an alarming number of Canadians are extremely concerned their income will not be enough to cover basic needs. Joining us live to dive deeper into these results is the representatives for the nonprofit's Ontario Division, Glenn Van Gulik. Thanks for joining us this morning, Glenn.
It's a pleasure to be with you. Thank you.
I wonder what the findings are that caught your attention.
Well, I think these findings are aligned with what we found last year in the survey. And, of course, we want to make sure that we understand those that we serve very well, especially the needs that they have. And so having the survey data come in certainly affirms much of what we're seeing on our front lines, the increased need that's coming through our doors. Families who are struggling, single parents most especially seem to be struggling the most, needing those added supports that the Salvation Army provides, especially around food insecurity. Families that are struggling day to day with that cost of living, the cost of food, and trying to make that check last till the end of the month.
Now, these findings really hit home for so many people. It is a dinner table issue in the most literal sense. Some of the findings include that, you have parents who are skipping meals so that their children can eat.
Yeah.
In Canada, tell us more about that.
Well, you're absolutely right. 1 in 5 parents that were surveyed identified that they're actually skipping meals or eating less just so that their children or another family member can eat. Another family member might be a senior who's living with them, trying to, again, reduce the cost of living as best they can. That actually jumps to over 40% of single parents who are struggling with that very same challenge, having to, again, change how they're eating, maybe even skipping a lunch or a dinner so that their children can have what they need. Sending a child off to school with a lunch is something that every parent wants to be able to do. And we're finding that single parents especially, but parents across the board are really having a tough time with that. And so coming to the Salvation Army for that added support, making sure that we can provide them the food that they need, healthy, nutritious food for their families, but getting them to the end of the month each month is critically important.
On Breakfast Television, I know we've been covering for weeks now different surveys that have come out from food banks, different organizations like that, really highlighting just how big of an issue food security, affordability, how they're hitting so many people right now. I wonder if you were surprised by anything that you found in your study. I'm guessing maybe not.
Well, we are always encouraged to learn more about the individuals that we serve. Again, I think in terms of those numbers, we've been seeing things climbing. The number of families coming to us, especially new families, over 30% of those that are coming to us for the very first time, which is a staggering number, a staggering statistic, especially as we consider the struggle that it would be for a family to pick up the phone or an individual to come by and ask for support. That's a really tough thing to do, and something that no one should be in a position to have to do. So again, critically important for the Salvation Army to be there, and we're counting on those that support the work of the Salvation Army to give. Our Christmas kettles are out there. Make a donation and make it possible for us to continue serving and helping your neighbors and those that are living on the streets, struggling every day to make sure that they have what they need.
With this information that you're collecting, I wonder if you've been giving any thought to what more could be done to help people right now. How can they bridge the gap?
Well, you're right. I mean, so many individuals and families have made some of those really tough decisions, buying at discount retailers, trying to adjust the way that they're eating, maybe some of the meals and reducing either the size of a meal or reducing some of the elements of a meal, sometimes sadly to meals that aren't as healthy because they've got to make sure that they get through to the end of the week or the end of the month. But what we also know is that it's important for all of us to work together. And the Salvation Army and so many of our agency partners work together in community to make sure that families have the supports that they need every single day. And we're confident that as individuals reach out, we know that they're counting on us, and we're counting on the public to support the work of the Salvation Army as we continue to meet those needs daily. So salvationarmy.ca, make a donation today, or you'll see those red kettles. It's Christmas time. It's synonymous with Christmas. Make a donation in one of those kettles, and you can know that your dollar is going to support individuals in your community.
We sure do see your kettles out this time of year. The Salvation Army's Glenn Van Gulik joining us live on BT this morning. Thanks for that, Glenn.
Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, too.